In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an XML sitemap for search engines like Google. Now, an XML sitemap is very important because it allows the search engine to spider and index your entire blog's content from a single source or a single page, and that will normally get you better search engine results. So the first thing you'd want to do is go to plugins and click on add new. In the search field here, type in XML sitemap and click on search. And immediately you would see that there are tons of plugins with a similar name of Google XML sitemaps. Okay, but what we're looking for here is the original Google XML sitemap. And so make sure you search or scroll down and look for the original Google XML sitemaps. It's just called Google XML sitemaps. That's all, right? And then click on install now. Okay, so what we get here is that the plugin installation has failed. Now this is sometimes the case with plugins that are huge or that contain many different files. So what we need to do now is to go to wordpress.org and install that plugin manually. And I'm just going to show you very quickly how to install a plugin manually. You just need to go to wordpress.org, find the plugin that you want to install and click on download. Once you have downloaded and extracted the plugin, then just connect to your web hosting using an FTP application like this. Select the plugin and make sure you upload the plugin to the WP content folder, and in that folder there will be a folder for plugins. So make sure you just upload that to the correct folder. Once you have uploaded the Google XML Sitemaps plugin, then you can just click on activate to activate the plugin. Once the plugin has been activated, you should find a link to it to XML Sitemaps under settings. So just click on XML Sitemaps. Now the first thing you need to do with the Google XML Sitemap plugin, if you have never used it before, is to build the sitemap for the first time. So it says here that the sitemap wasn't built yet. Click here to build it the first time. So I'm going to click on that link. And now you get a message that says there was a problem writing your sitemap file. Make sure the file exists and is writable. Okay. So basically what this means is that there is no existing XML sitemap file and the plugin could not access your web hosting to actually create the file. So the easiest way to do this is to use your FTP application. Once you're connected to your web hosting via FTP, just click on the public_HTML folder, or you can also click on the www folder, right? It's actually the same thing. Right click, select file attributes and change the file permission settings to 777. This would give the XML sitemaps plugin access to the correct folder so that it can automatically create the XML sitemap file. So back to the page earlier, and now I'm going to click on rebuild the sitemap manually. So there you go. Now the sitemap has been built successfully on this date. And if you scroll down, you'll find that the Google XML Sitemaps plugin comes with tons of options that you can play around with if you know exactly what you're doing. But if you don't, then I would recommend that you just leave the settings as they are. One of the most important settings you can find here, if you scroll down, is the exact content that you want to include into the XML sitemaps. So of course you want to include your home page, your posts. If you use multi-page post, then you can also check this. You want to include static pages, and if you want to include categories, archives, tag pages and author pages, then make sure you check all these options here. You can also exclude certain categories from being included into the sitemap file. And lastly, you can change the frequency that you want the sitemap file to be updated for different types of content on your WordPress blog. For example, the home page is probably the single most important page in any WordPress blog, because that is where most of your visitors would go to, and that's where all your latest content would appear. So it only makes sense that you want the home page to be updated daily into your XML sitemap file. But let's say that you do not blog regularly, and maybe you only add one post in a week. So then you may want to change this to weekly so that you do not overload the XML file with unnecessary updates. And you can also see the priorities. This basically will tell Google which of your pages on your blog is the most important, and therefore they should visit it more often. Okay. Now of course we'd want to put a priority of 1 to every single content on your blog, but in reality the most important page is your home page. So if you put every single page as 1, it basically means all of the pages are equally important, and therefore none of the pages are more important than the rest. So again, I would just recommend that you leave it as it is and click on update options. If you want to see how your sitemap actually looks like, then you can click on the link here to go to the XML sitemap. So this is how your sitemap looks like. It's basically just a collection of links to all the content pages on your WordPress blog, and also a list of priority, change frequency and the last change. So this is perhaps the most important thing, because when Google sends its spiders or search engine spiders to index your blog page, the spiders will look at the last change here to decide whether to re-index your pages or not. But again, all this happens automatically once you've installed the Google XML sitemap for WordPress.